All right, let's dive in. Today we're taking a look at a pretty important figure in astronomy, Edwin Hubble.
He really changed how we view the universe.
Yeah, for sure. But, it's interesting. His path to becoming like this astronomical icon wasn't exactly straightforward.
Yeah, not your typical story, that's for sure.
Definitely not. So he was a lawyer, right? Like an actual lawyer before he was an astronomer.
He was. He actually excelled in athletics, too, believe it or not.
Wow, really? Athletics, law, and then astronomy. It's kind of wild when you think about it.
Yeah, imagine him winning basketball games at the University of Chicago and then later on arguing cases in a courtroom.
Huh. Yeah, that's a hard image to put together.
Yeah.
So was there a defining moment when he decided to shift gears completely?
Well, after his time at the University of Chicago, he went to Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar.
Oxford, wow.
Yeah, and that's where he sort of stumbled into astronomy and realized, this is it. This is what I want to do.
It's amazing how sometimes, those unexpected turns lead you to where you're supposed to be.
It really is. And his journey is a perfect example of that. He just went all in with astronomy after Oxford, got his PhD, and landed a pretty amazing position at the Mount Wilson Observatory in California.
Mount Wilson.
Yeah.
That's where they had the Hooker telescope, right? The biggest one at the time.
The most powerful one at the time, yep.
It's like I was reading about it in the source material. I'm thinking, man, that must have been incredible.
Oh, absolutely. The Hooker telescope was his key to unlocking all these, cosmic secrets.
And that's how he made those discoveries about galaxies, right?
Exactly. Up until 1923, people thought those blurry patches we saw in the sky, the nebulae, were just clouds of gas and dust within our own Milky Way galaxy.
Right.
But Hubble used that Hooker telescope and proved that they were entire galaxies themselves, each one a massive collection of stars way beyond our own.
Wow, it's like, imagine thinking your house is the only one on the block, and then you find out there's a whole city out there,
A whole universe of cities, actually. His discovery completely changed our perspective on the universe, basically saying, hey, it's way bigger than you thought.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's not even the most mind-blowing part, is it? I mean, he also discovered that the universe is expanding, right?
That's right. In 1929, just a few years after his galaxy discovery, he found that galaxies are moving away from us, and the farther away they are, the faster they're moving.
So it's like everything is constantly moving further and further apart.
Exactly. That's where Hubble's law comes in. It essentially describes this expansion of the universe. Imagine a loaf of raisin bread rising in the oven.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
As the bread expands, the raisins representing galaxies all move away from each other, and the ones that are further apart move away even faster.
Ah, that makes sense. So that's how the universe is like raisin bread, just constantly expanding. I never thought of it like that.
Oh, it's a great way to visualize it. And this discovery, this expanding raisin bread universe, was actually the first real piece of evidence to support the Big Bang theory.
So before Hubble, it was all just theoretical.
Pretty much. But his observations provided some concrete evidence that maybe the universe really did begin as this tiny, super dense point and has been expanding ever since.
Wow. I mean, this is incredible. So Hubble not only expanded our understanding of how big the universe is, but also where it all began.
Exactly. He truly revolutionized our cosmic perspective.
And his contributions didn't stop there, did they? I mean, we have the Hubble Space Telescope, right?
Of course. It's like a testament to his legacy, continuing to show us incredible things about the universe even today.
Okay, so tell me, what makes the Hubble Space Telescope so special? Don't we have telescopes here on Earth that are pretty powerful too?
We do, but they have to contend with Earth's atmosphere, which can distort images. It's like trying to see through a hazy window,
Ah, I get it.
The Hubble Space Telescope, on the other hand, it orbits about 340 miles above Earth, way above all that atmospheric distortion.
So it gets a much clearer view, like it's sitting in the front row of the universe's biggest show. I've seen those amazing pictures from Hubble, those nebulae and galaxies.
Oh, they're incredible, aren't they? The detail Hubble captures. It's like having a magnifying glass to the cosmos.
So what are some of the big discoveries the Hubble telescope has made, besides those amazing pictures?
Well, for one, it helped us pinpoint the age of the universe with more accuracy. We now know it's about 13.8 billion years old.
13.8 billion. It's hard to even fathom.
It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And that's not all. Hubble has also provided us with insight into how galaxies evolve and change over time, the life cycle of stars. and even evidence for the existence of dark energy.
Dark energy. You mean that mysterious force that's like pushing everything in the universe apart?
Exactly. By studying distant supernovae, these really bright explosions from dying stars, Hubble showed us that the universe's expansion is actually speeding up, and dark energy is the likely culprit behind that.
So it's this invisible force that's making everything spread out faster and faster, and we don't even know what it is.
Pretty much. And based on what Hubble's seen, scientists estimate that dark energy makes up a whopping 68% of the universe.
68%. That means most of the universe is made up of something we barely understand. That's crazy.
Mind-boggling, right?
Totally. So we've got Hubble, the man who made these groundbreaking discoveries, and the Hubble Space Telescope, his incredible legacy project that's still revealing the universe's secrets.
And it all started with him looking up at the sky and asking, what's out there?
It's pretty inspiring when you think about it.
It really is. It's like he gave us this roadmap to the universe, but left some blank spots for us to fill in.
And how are we doing with filling those in? What's next for us in space exploration?
Oh, we're busy building bigger and better telescopes, both on the ground and in space.
Okay, bigger and better. Give me some examples.
Well, there's this massive telescope being built in Chile called the Extremely Large Telescope. It's going to have a mirror over 39 meters in diameter.
39 meters? That's huge.
To put it in perspective, that's wider than a basketball court.
So it'll be able to see even further and in more detail than ever before.
You got it. It's like having this giant eye on the universe, catching every little detail.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
What about in space? Are we setting up any new telescopes?
Oh, yeah. The James Webb Space Telescope is already up there sending back amazing stuff.
I've heard of that one. How is it different from Hubble?
Well, James Webb is designed to see infrared light. That means it can see through clouds of gas and dust that would normally block visible light.
Ah, so it's like it has X-ray vision for space.
Hmm.
What can we see with that kind of power?
We can see the earliest stars and galaxies that formed after the Big Bang. It's like looking back in time to the very beginning of the universe.
Wow, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Are there plans for any other space telescopes in the future?
Oh, definitely. There are already plans for telescopes even bigger than James Webb, like the Large Ultraviolet Optical Infrared Surveyor, or LUVOR for short.
So we're talking about even more powerful telescopes, even more incredible images, even more discoveries.
Exactly. And it's not just about telescopes. We're also finding new ways to explore the universe that Hubble probably couldn't have even imagined.
Like what? I'm all ears.
Well, for example, we're studying gravitational waves.
Gravitational waves, what are those?
They're like ripples in space-time caused by massive events like black holes colliding.
So it's like listening to the universe.
Exactly. We're not just looking at the universe anymore. We're listening to it too. It's given us this whole new way to understand what's out there.
It's incredible how far we've come since Hubble's time. I wonder what he would think if he could see all this.
Oh, he'd be thrilled. He was a true pioneer and always pushed for more knowledge and understanding. To see how his discoveries paved the way for all this, he'd be over the moon.
It's true. He really laid the foundation for so much of what we're doing today. But it's more than just science, isn't it? There's something about exploring space, looking at those Hubble images, that captures everyone's imagination.
Absolutely. It connects us to something bigger than ourselves, reminds us that there's more out there than just our daily lives.
It's humbling, in a way. All our problems here on Earth seem kind of small when you see pictures of those massive galaxies and swirling nebulae.
Definitely puts things into perspective. It makes you feel like you're part of something truly awe-inspiring. And Hubble's work, both the man and the telescope, keep inspiring that feeling in all of us.
So we've talked about Hubble's legacy, all the cool technology we have now, and the wonder of exploring space. But what about the future? What do you see on the horizon for humanity in space?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think we're on the verge of some really incredible discoveries. We're getting closer to understanding the dark energy, finding new worlds beyond our solar system, and maybe even finding evidence of life beyond Earth.
Finding aliens. Now, that would be a game changer.
It would be incredible. But, even if we don't find aliens waving at us from another planet, the journey itself is important. It's about pushing our knowledge, inspiring new ideas, and coming together to understand the universe.
It's a massive collaborative adventure for all of humanity, really. And it all started with people like Hubble who dared to ask, what's out there?
That spirit of curiosity and that drive to explore, that's at the heart of everything we do in space. It keeps us going, asking new questions, and pushing the limits of what we think is possible.
And who knows, Maybe some of those questions will lead to discoveries that completely change our understanding of the universe, just like Hubble did.
Exactly. Who knows what we'll find? A new force of nature, maybe. Evidence of parallel universes. The possibilities are endless.
So much to discover. But before we get too lost in all the possibilities, let's come back to something you mentioned earlier, the wonder of space exploration. It's more than just the science, right? It's about the human experience.
Absolutely. Think about those pictures from the Hubble telescope. They're not just pretty pictures, they're windows to other worlds, to galaxies billions of light years away.
It's like art and science combined. And it creates this sense of awe and wonder that you don't really get anywhere else.
I agree. It's that sense of awe that reminds us of the beauty and mystery all around us.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Edwin Hubble and the expanding universe, I think it's important to remember that his legacy is about more than just his discoveries. It's about inspiring everyone to look up at the stars and wonder.
Yeah, it's amazing to think how much our understanding of the universe has changed, and we're still just scratching the surface, really.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like we've just started to explore this vast cosmic ocean.
And the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know. It just keeps getting more and more interesting.
For sure. Every answer seems to lead to even more questions. But that's what makes it so fascinating.
It really is. You know, I think one of the big takeaways from all this, from learning about Edwin Hubble and the expanding universe, is that sense of awe and wonder.
Totally.
It's about realizing that we're just a tiny part of something much, much bigger than ourselves.
It's humbling, for sure,
Yeah.
and exciting. There's always more to learn, more to explore out there.
Absolutely. And who knows what amazing discoveries are waiting for us in the future.
What do you think? Any predictions?
Well, maybe we'll finally figure out what dark energy really is. Or discover some brand new force of the universe.
Or maybe we'll find proof that we're not alone in the universe.
Right. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
It's like we're standing on the shoulders of giants like Hubble, looking out at this incredible, mysterious universe, ready for the next big leap.
And that's what's so inspiring about it. There's always something new to discover, always a new horizon to reach for.
So, to everyone listening, never lose that curiosity. Keep asking questions. Keep looking up at the stars and wondering.
Because you never know what incredible things are out there, just waiting to be discovered. The universe is full of surprises.
Well said. Well, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of Edwin Hubble and the expanding universe.
We hope you enjoyed the journey as much as we did.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep wondering. And remember, the universe is out there waiting for you.